Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. ABDUL Dr. American, the lecturer for the course KMC 3043, course Cultural Counseling. And for my group, we were given question number 4, which is research on the worldview of the disabled. How do they see their life and their future? Discuss how the differences may create problems in relating to others. Suggest counseling strategies in helping them. And before that, I will be introducing my group members. The first is me, myself, SITI NURSYAFAWATI binti ABDUL Ghani, 62595, TONNY anak SALLEH, 62821, SYAFIKA MAHEDIN, 63647, ARYNAYANTI binti RASHID, 36583, SYAHIRAH NABILAH binti SABRI, 63829. These are the group members. And next is, the important thing that I will be highlighting in this video. The first is how do the participants see in their life and the future, which are the disabled participants. The second is how the differences may create problems in relating to others. And the third is what counseling strategies to help them. Next. I will be introducing participant A. Her name is Azizah binti Senawi, and these are the details: date of birth, disability, lower body paralyzed, the date of the interview 14 April 2020, and place of interview. Because of the limitation on the MCO since the COVID-19, we were not able to keep in touch face to face. So we have done the interview, most of the interview, the 4 participants using the phone call. Participant B is Ahmad Rishad Mustaqim bin Hassan. He is a male with disability Down syndrome. The date of interview 18 April 2020, and the place of interview also using phone call. Participant C, Nurul Aiman Syafika binti Abdul Wahab. She is 29. She is a female with lower body paralyzed. The date of interview 18 April 2020, and the interview through phone calls. And participant D, Zaimah binti Abdul Rahman, a female with lower body paralyzed. She is her date of birth 2 February 1950. The date of interview 17 April 2020. The place of interview also using phone call. Participant A, C, and D are females, and participant B is the only male in this interview. Thus, I will be moving to the method. The participants are 4 disabled people coming from different backgrounds. Most of the participants are from the contact of family members and friends. The material or apparatus used in this interview using phone call since the MCO order. The procedure: call the participant, ask some questions regarding life experience, challenge, and coping strategies. The questions were created in order to fit the requirement for question 4. The answers are recorded and analyzed and was written in the full report. Next is the finding. For every participant, the questions given are the same. However, the answers are analyzed to using the actual conversation or the voice note that they have shared with the interviewer. Thus, for participant A, what do you see about your life and future? She mentioned that I had fully accepted my life and condition. What do you hope for your life? She said, I hope to live peacefully and I already satisfied with my life. And for question 3, how do you cope with your disability? It was difficult to get used to my condition, but I was already grateful with what I have now and only waiting for my death. There are some of the questions that we asked, and only the 3 of these are being highlighted in this video because we want to portray what is actually the requirement for the question and to explain their condition. And for participant B, since the child, the male participant is just 5 years old, so we interviewed the mom, and she shared her son's condition, development and growth are slow compared to other kids with the same age, and the mother hoped he would be able to communicate well with others and make proper decision when he grew up. At least he can do something with himself when the parents are no longer there. And the third, how did he cope with disability? How the mother cope? Since the family are able to accept and treat him kindly, he is growing up healthy and full of love from the people around him. So the whole family had already accepted their condition. In Malaysia, this type of condition is very, very much normal because the Down syndrome is a disease which people know about it. However, it depends on the family how they are accepting and treating the patient. And C, the participant shared she felt different from other friends, where else they can play, learn and do anything. But for my future, I can get it if I study hard. The second question, I want to succeed in my life and continue my studies until she can enter university. And the third is, I will try my best for my life, and I believe in myself to cope with all these things. For participant D, for question 1, I felt a little different than before because I am free to do and do such things as stepping rubber, gardening and raising animals. The second question, I want to live with my children and grandchildren happily. The third is, always getting doctors and traditional treatment like massage to cure my pain. I also care more about nutrition. With what happened, I believe in God. This is a test for me. Through this analysis, we were able to conceptually point out that participant A, C, and D are at acceptance phase, whereby they can portray acceptance with what had happened in their life and moving on to the next level of their life, where they accept things and enjoy their life as they are. However, for participant B, since the whole condition is mostly showing the condition of the mother that taking care of her syndrome Down son, thus the situation portrayed more on resilient phase, where the mother explained how she had the struggle during the first phase when the child was born. However, she was able to cope with it and overcome her feeling of sadness while fulfilling her role to take care of her disabled son. And the whole family is taking their own role to help the mother themselves. And when we are analyzing the situation from every participant, we can see that the related theory that we can analyze from this situation is the person-centered therapy, or PCT. The participants showed the pattern of talkative and happy when they felt like there are people that are willing to listen to them, and the acceptance from others like themselves feel the relaxation of releasing the emotional burden that they carry. Since they have many emotional suppression inside them, when there are people that are willingly to listen to them, they are happily share what they have faced, what actually happened to them, and the positivity that comes from them had made them realize that they have already actually accepted what they had become. And the second is rational, emotive, behavioral therapy or REBT. REBT can be used to clients that have difficulty to overcome irrational thinking and negative thoughts in their mind. In this situation, the people that encountered disability in the middle of the phases of their life where they are normal before, they may encounter negativity or irrational thinking of thinking themselves not being able to become the best version of themselves. They are incompetent, incapable of doing things. Thus, the REBT therapists help to dispute this irrational thinking and help them realize that even though the disability hit them, they can also do the things that they like, even though in a different way. Alright? Okay. For the limitation in this interview or study, the interview session cannot be done in personal. We mean like face-to-face due to movement control order. The second is the participants are not stranger because we decided to contact any relative or anyone that group members know to be interviewed. They are mostly the people that are acquaintances that we knew and family members of the members in the group. The third, limited question asked to the participant to avoid sensitive issue will be touched since they are family members. So we avoid asking questions that may make them feel uncomfortable. The fourth, duration of the interview session because only using a phone call. Thus, the interview can only be done in 30 to 60 minutes in order to prevent any discomfort or the duration of the phone call being too long since they have their responsibility at home. Alright. And for the conclusion, the study was conducted to understand the disabled group's worldview, the challenges that they face, and the concerning strategies that can be proposed in order to help them. The method of study used was interview, which is qualitative study, and the interviewees are full participants range from various age and disability. The outcome of the study shows that this group is able to accept their current state as they have stable emotional support from the family, and they can also cope with these changes as time goes by. Before this, I've sent the slide of this presentation to Dr. American without sending a video. However, our group already reviewed back the rubrics of this presentation. Thus, we decided to record the video since this was one of the rubric for the presentation. I am deeply sorry as the group leader that we sent the video a bit late. However, we have learned a lot throughout this report session and the interviews where we were able to understand that there are people that are able to understand the disability that hit them in the middle of their life, and the acceptance and the resiliency of the people that are related to the patient. There can be various of people that that can be not very understandable of the situation, and there are people that can cope and sacrifice themselves in order to fit the comfort zone for the patient, which is their own family. Therefore, from this study, we can understand that the disabled people are grouped in this kind of cross-cultural study because they are a part of different people that can be different in terms of physical, in terms of emotional, and in terms of their capability. Thus, by understanding this, we are able to show ample empathy and become a competent multicultural or cross-cultural counselor to help this kind of society or participant.